Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. I am Dr. Meshach from the Department of English, Kristu Jayanti College, Autonomous, Bengaluru. In today's topic, we are going to explore about report writing. The first topic under report writing is the etymology and the definition of report writing. The first one, what do we mean by etymology? The second one, importance of report writing, and the third one, the types of report writing, and the fourth one, the structure in detail. Now let's move on to the etymology and the definition of report writing. As we know, English is a rich and a diverse language. Though it doesn't have its own classical structure, it is observed that it has been evolving since its beginning. The first one, the word report, comes from the Latin verb reportar, which means to carry back or to bring back. This Latin term is composed of the prefix re, meaning back, and the root portar, meaning to carry. So basically, we can understand by report writing, we are talking about or reporting about an event that actually has happened. The second one is the definition of report writing. Report writing is a process of creating a structured document that presents information on a specific topic in an organized format tailored for a particular audience and purpose. We can relate this definition to the working environment and the professional setup in the modern era. Moving on to the importance of report writing. Now, when we have something, when we have a topic, when we have a write-up, we need to understand why are we doing it, what significance it gives to the moving professional growth. The first one is report writing is crucial as it enables individuals to communicate complex information clearly and effectively. In other words, we can quantify when it comes to report writing. Let's say there is an event that happened, a cricket tournament or a football match. We can actually, when we read the report, we'll understand what has happened in that particular match, both in numbers and also in quantified manner. So it facilitates informed decision making in academic and professional setup. The second one, additionally, it helps us to develop by doing this particular activity, by doing this writing, by drafting it, we develop certain essential skills such as analytical thinking, research proficiency, and structured communication. It is highly important to know how to be structured when it comes to drafting report. We should be able, we should understand how the structure works, and we should be fluent in constructing a report. Moving on to the second one, the third one, the types of report writing. Fundamentally, there are two types. Number one is formal report. It revolves around institutions between two different institutions, and then we have informal reports. The major difference between formal report and the informal report is the informal report is typically shorter and less structured, and it is used in the internal communication within an organization. But when it comes to the formal report, these reports are comprehensive documents that contain detailed information, research, data necessary for making informed business decisions. We understand it is structured, it is objective, and it often includes sections such as introduction, methodology, findings, and conclusion. Just reverting back to the instance that I gave regarding a cricket match or a football match or some event that has happened, by reading that particular report, by going through that particular report, we can understand what has actually happened in that particular event. Now, moving to the next slide, where we discuss about the structure of the report. The first one is the title page, the second one is table of contents, and the third one is executive summary, and the fourth one is introduction, and the fifth one is body, which includes methodology, findings, and discussion, and the sixth one is conclusion, and the seventh one is recommendation, and the last one references, and we have appendices. These are the structure of a formal report when it comes to any professional environment. And let's just dive in detail about the title page. The first one, the title page, it compiles about the title of the report. We are supposed to give a title for the report, and we understand it helps us to know what the report is actually about. The second one is the author's name, and the third one is the date of submission, and the last one is the course information if it is necessary. Moving on to the next structure, next title under the structure is the table of contents. Table of contents, this is just like any other book or any other literature that we find. The first one is the organized list of sections and subsections, and the next one is the page number. Moving on to the executive summary, the first one is the concise overview of the report. Under executive summary, it is important that we find an overview, the outline of the report. By reading the summary, the reader can understand what it actually conveys, what it discloses, and what he or she can take from that particular report. The second one is the key findings and the recommendations. Key findings are the highlights of that particular event which is conveyed through the report. So let's say that there is an event that has happened in the professional setup, in an office or in a business environment, and by reading the key findings, we understand the output of that particular event. And most importantly, the length of the executive summary matters a lot. The length can be only between 1 to 2 paragraphs, and exceeding it will actually breach the concept called summary. So it is necessary to keep in mind that when we draft a report, the length of the report, the length of the summary is between 1 to 2 sound paragraphs. Moving on, the next one is the introduction. Under introduction, we have a compiled idea about the background information, objectives, and scope of the report. Moving on, we find the body of the report. The body of the report compiles the entire meaning, the entire purpose of the report. We use the methodology, we have the findings or result, and we have the discussions of the findings. So any event, any program that has happened, by reading the body of the report right after the summary and the introduction, we use methodology, findings, and results to actually pertain and talk about what has happened in that particular event. Moving on to the conclusion, the summary of the key points, the significance of the findings, and the limitations, if any. So we discuss about the entire draft of the report. We talk about the entire summary of the report, and we give the significance of the findings, how it can help, and also about the limitations of the report which we have drafted. The next one is the recommendation, and recommendation cannot be very wild. It needs to be actionable suggestions. It is good that we can recommend certain things when we read the report for the further improvement, but we have to keep in mind that we cannot summon Superman or some super elements outside our universe to come and do certain things. We should think about some actionable suggestions that will help, that will keep the things practical, and which will actually help in building in a very progressive manner. So when it comes to reports recommendation, it is highly necessary that we talk only about something practical, something actionable, something easy to do, which is in the near future, which will help the business or the professional setup or the academic setup. And the second one, the potential next steps or the further direction. By reading the report, we understand what has actually happened in that particular event or in the particular program. But when we come down to the recommendation, it is our responsibility as a reader to analyze and then give a proper next further direction so that we can progress in the near future. And the last one is the reference, which talks about the in-text citation and the reference list formatted according to a specific style, meaning however the environment, the working environment requires the format, it is mandatory to follow certain formats such as APA or MLA. And moving on to the next slide, we find about the appendices, which talks about the additional information that supports the report, tables, figures, raw data, etc., which actually aids in understanding more about what the report is actually about. Thank you, and I hope this brief has helped you to understand about report writing, which is a major part, which is a fundamental part when it comes to writing or drafting about the event. Thank you.